shot. Give it some electric car fuel. Yeah. Electric car fuel for all you hippies.
Yeah, there's some park up here behind you. And 4.
Loo, 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 loo. I don't know if we're setting both off. I think it's just this little one here, I think. We'll know.
Two minutes to blast.
It's been a rainy, shitty day, but could be worse, could be snowing. It's not doing that. I'm sure we'll get a dose of that here one day this week, I'm sure. It's gonna snow at least once a week. Stuff right here that's gonna go, and they drilled this over here behind this over here.
1 minute to blast.
I don't think that's gonna go off because there's a hose sitting over there and there's a guy next to it, so I would say it's probably this shit right here, right there. Productive day today, though. If anything else, you know, getting loaded fucking sideways and upside down and all that lovely stuff. Yeah, it's always nice. Getting loaded by a sheep fucker! Sheep fucker! Damn! They didn't even finish counting that one down. What the fuck? That was weird. Well, we're actually not going to find any electric car fuel right there until we dig down deeper than that, and we'll have to drill that again.
Actions when you get out
before
there.
we can find any of that. But anyhow, whatever toots your fucking whistle, I guess. Oh shit. Guess I'll have to leave.
Over the side over towards this way to widen out back here a little bit too. Alright. Trucks that's hauling off the 120 there, you just can dump a couple across the end of that old road there, block it off, do the same thing at the top. Come down the side, Dan. 4.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's kind of weird. They didn't even finish the countdown and they were fucking setting it off.
Block the road, being a fire.
Did he blow up the fucking road? Sorry, that's how weak that blast was. Our steep ass fucking road is still open. I think it is. It looks like it is. Can't hardly see for the damn dust. But we're not supposed to go down through there because they're going to start pushing that off. They're going to be making a new road down through there. That's the reason they drilled it It went as planned. Ah, whatever. Who cares? The fuck? What the fuck, dude? What the hell? Alright, everybody. Well, that's the end of that bullshit. But
Keep her going.
alright, everybody. That's the end of the show here. I'm gonna have to go back to work. Catch y'all on the next one. See what the fuck happens here. Oh, baby. It's been a retarded week.
That's good. I shouldn't need any more.
My German Shepherd dog bit my sister, only because she was trying to untangle his chain, and she had a treat in her hand to give him, and he wanted the treat, and he bit her thumb and put some puncture holes in it. Now the health department has my dog on quarantine. I'm not allowed to let anybody or any other animals around my dog, because that's how it is. You can't let your... I gotta let my dog in quarantine, damn it. Can't be around nobody. Well, I can tell you, the motherfucker don't have rabies. He had his shots like 2 years ago.
2 minutes to
He was a
blast.
puppy. So, yeah. We're good, though. We're good, and then they're going to call me back in 10 days. And tell me, ask me how the dog's doing. I'm just going to tell them I shot him. Fucking assholes. Fuck them. Who cares? No horrible harm was done. She still got her finger. She said she was sorry. She said she wasn't thinking when she did what she did. And when you go to the doctor or hospital or whatever to have your finger stitched or sewed up or fixed up from a dog wound, people lose their fucking minds and think that the dog has rabies all of a sudden. Oh my God, the dog has rabies. Oh my God, oh my God. And the dog didn't have any rabies, so everything is good. Let's get back to this here. See if they're going to blow anything up or if this is going to be a joke like the shot, like the one the other day was. But this one will be actually getting some electric car fuel out.
Is that go up on the hill back there?
Electric car fuel.
30 seconds.
30 seconds to more electric car fuel. You EV owners should be fucking proud. Jeez. Let's see what happens here.
10 seconds.
10 whole seconds. They're blowing shit up.
Fire in the hole.
Alright, here we go. Boom. That was pretty loud as far as that goes. Was it aggressive enough? Probably not.
Going on out behind me, Seth.
To see what the fuck, what it looks like here. Looks like a bunch of it went backwards. I could be wrong on that, though. cloud of dust clears, I guess we'll see what we got here. Supposed to go down to the Redstone pit and start drilling next, but it's not empty yet because they want some big vein coal out as soon as possible. For you electric car owners, that big vein goes to, well, it goes to the train. So and the train goes to the coast, and then they put it on ships, barges, and take it to China. But that's nothing new. We've sold coal to China for the last fucking 75 years. There you go, everybody. Smells like rotten eggs. Rotten eggs. Oh, yummy. Well, so I'll fucking head back over, I guess. So it's all fucking clear. It's all queer. I mean clear. I'll climb this fucking hill. One mirror over there is completely out of adjustment. And a bolt must have fell out of it or something. It's all fucked up. Oh, man. Now it's going to be my turn to go take a piss somewhere. Because I haven't pissed for over 4 hours. And I'm about ready to fucking blow up. I'm going to go up on top of the hill and take a piss. I don't give a fuck who knows about it. Oh, anyway, everybody. Have a good one, and I'll see y'all on the next one.
What's that?
So everybody, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video of the electric car fuel discovery. Alright everybody, have a good one. Welcome everybody to the Garlet's High Performance Garage channel. I just want to do a little video here on some wax and shit. These microfiber cloths, you can get these at Harbor Freight down there. I don't remember what I paid for them, but they're very, very good. Now, one thing I'll show you here in a second, what you got to do to them when you take them out of the package. And I didn't know that they still made Simonized wax. This is that ceramic shit. Seems like it works okay. My car isn't out in any kind of horrible weather or nothing, so I like to wax it. Probably twice a summer, maybe. So it stays half decent. Puts a little, seems like it puts a little coating on there. Some kind of shell on there. The hardest, toughest defense against weather and elements. Ooh. Yeah. But it says, wash your car with soap. Well, we haven't done that. We're going to run the California car duster over it. And that'll be about it. Get them fucking pine needles off of it that are up on there. But I like waxing big sections at one time. Like, I'll do like half the hood and the top of the fender. And because it's in the garage here, it's not very warm here today like it was supposed to be, because all it does is fucking rain because spring's coming. But anyhow, it says wash your car, rinse it, and dry it thoroughly. 2, working in a 2-foot by 2-foot section, evenly spread a small amount of the product with a soft foam applicator or microfiber towel. That's what we got, microfiber fucking towels. You'll have to use 2 of them bitches. And them motherfuckers, they pick up all kinds of shit. So, if you have if you drop it on the floor and then it has pieces of grass and shit in it, it's almost fucking impossible to get that shit out of those fucking cloths. And my skin is so dry and rough from me doing shit in the garage here. My hands, my fucking skin sticks to those fucking things. But anyway, where was we here? Spin a small amount, okay, with a microfiber towel. Work the product into the painted surface and buff off with a clean microfiber towel to reveal shiny finish. Switch to a clean microfiber towel if needed. Or as needed, because you get that dust and shit. Don't let the product dry out before buffing. If needed, use damp microfiber towel to even out any uneven finishes. Okay. In event if it streaks, apply a small amount of the product into a microfiber towel and quickly polish, buff away. Always ask to check compatibility with the finish in an inconspicuous test area before applying to the entire vehicle. This is acrylic lacquer base. The color is acrylic lacquer. And the clear coat is just clear that you'd put on a car today. It's durable clear coat. I put it on there because I knew I'd be running the fucking car around. So I put it on there. And, yeah. Oh boy. That's quite gross. Anyhow. Getting off track here, but let's wipe this fucker down first. California car duster. I've had this for a while. I'm going to do half this fucking hood. It does need the whole car needs a rub down, you know. You could use a whole fucking rub down. But because I'm surrounded with motherfucking pine trees around this son of a bitch, you know, I can't keep pine needles from blowing in here. They blow in here with the wind. And this stuff, these are vinyl stripes. They're not painted on. They're just vinyl. Big fat vinyl stickers is what they are. So, after you do that shit, but if you don't or don't have one, I'd recommend picking up the California car duster, because they, as the old folks say, are the bee's fucking knees. This pack tore up, and I like to use different colors so you know which one you're wiping it on with, which one you're taking it off with. Before we start, you're going to see that these sons of bitches have a great big fucking tag on them. Right here. You just take that, rip that motherfucker off there. If not, you're going to have a shitty fucking day. There we go. can only see through them. But they're pretty strong. After I use them as wax rags, I use them as fucking grease rags because they get dirty and shitty. The best thing to do is just put it on there, put it on the cloth. I like to soak it. And if you have any streaks, I'll show you what else to use. If you can't get it all off. This is what else I use here. This Lucas stuff. This stuff here works pretty good. It's a detailer. You can just spray it on your car. And you can spray it all over the son of a bitch and just go by and wipe it. Let it dry. Then wipe it off. That's all you got to do with this. This takes all the streaks and all that shit out of this fucking ceramic wax if you're going to use any of that. I actually prefer Mother's over this stuff. But this was there and I was amazed that it was Simonized. Simonized's been around since cars. But yeah. Put a bunch of it on there. Rub it the fuck in there. Start wherever the fuck you want. Doesn't really matter. But this will take a lot of the bullshit. Fly shit. Bug guts. Some kind of insect shit. Right there. Insects, they just love shitting all over my fucking car. For some reason. And this stuff, don't expect it to go far, because it doesn't. Just follow your fucking swirly fucking marks. Mother's Cleaner Wax is really good stuff. Want to get some of that shit? Get that and put it on there. It's some good shit. Let me see, I missed a couple spots here. These microfiber towels work pretty good, especially after you get it soaked with wax. But the Mother stuff, the reason I like it is you don't have to rub your fucking guts out getting it the fuck back off. At Mother's, I've actually waxed my car with it and then went down with some car wash soap, hosed the whole car off with a mop, one of them car wash mops, and I've actually washed the whole car off, and it holds the wax, it keeps it. It's like it doesn't, it's not a wax remover. Now dish soap, if you want to get the wax off your car, you want to start over, dish soap. Wash it with dish soap. And it'll definitely take her off of there. I can guarantee you it'll take it off there. But now I'm just going to start wiping it the fuck back off. But like I said, if you have any streaks or anything like that, use that fucking detailer wax or spray. Spray detailer will take her off there. You want a good workout. Make you sweat on a summer day. Waxing your fucking car with this shit will definitely do it. You have to kind of look down the sides. But I would clearly not recommend putting this shit on in direct sunlight. You're going to have a fucking mess on your hands if you do. There are actually some waxes out there that make now that you can do it in direct sunlight. If you don't have any shade or you don't have a garage, you just want to wax your fucking car. There it is. Well, it's nice. Feels good. Well, it's kind of rough. I'd have to run the buffer over it to get that roughness out. There's some, or a clay bar. There's a little bit of contamination on it. Don't know why or how, but like I said, it never sits outside. So on a nice hot summer day, yeah, I would say maybe the sun, sitting out in the sun, and maybe, I don't know, something in the air. And right here I got a splatter of something. I don't know if I'll take it off there or not. But these vinyl stripes, you can treat them just like your paint. I didn't take it off there, but anyway, you can treat it just like your paint. You can't take it in an automatic car wash with the brush wheels or the high pressure with these stripes, because it'll take them off there, like in the corners. It'll take the corners up on them. Now, if I wanted ghost stripes, I could pull these off of here, and the color will actually, of the orange, will be darker underneath here because it hasn't seen sunlight in years. But yeah, this is some good shit. But yeah, it's nice. And I'll put that spray detailer, I'll put that on my bumpers, on my headlights, my headlight rings, my windows. I can put it on the windows too, and it wipes off nice, and all that shit. So there you go, everybody. There it is. I mean, you probably can't see a big difference from one side to the next, but here the camera's not going to do it justice. But here I can see a difference, because there's a little bit of a haze on the car. On this side, there's a little bit of a haze. I can see it. On this side, I got rid of it. There's not a haze there right now. But yeah, it's some good shit. It's some decent wax. I mean, I don't know what the fuck the difference is between ceramic wax and regular wax. I have no fucking clue or anything like that. So, yeah, fuck. Oh, I'm drowning. Oh. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. I'm gonna join some, I guess, electric car fuel discovery shot on here probably. I think I have 2 of those. I think. I have to look back through my videos here, because I usually delete them after I get them on YouTube. I'll delete them off my phone for data purposes, because my fucking data gets full pretty goddamn fast, because they want you to buy data now. They want you to buy it, and then the cocksuckers will turn around and steal it and sell it to other people, because that's the way of the beast today. That's how they do things. That's how everything fucking works. You gotta run everything up your ass, and you know, they gotta run the steel rod up your ass and hit it with a fucking hammer. You know, break it, and then break it to fuck off after it's up in there nice and tight. You know, to fuck you over. So yeah, and yeah. But I can tell you, the company I work for, I'm not going to say what company it is, but the company I work for is bought out by another company. The company I work for has been for sale for many years, and now they have been bought out by another company, and this other company is partnered with some terrible folks in the stock market that we have bailed out back in 2008, that helped put us in a real bad recession. Of course, us poor people, we get in a recession, it hurts. You know, it hits us, and hits us hard. You know, hits us right in the junk. So, I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen here. They said they're not going to change anything, but, you know, they kept the old company name. But, you know, I know how that works. Usually when one corporation buys out a small company, they usually rip it to pieces, and then, you know, they gut it and then, you know, sell the pieces to other places, and it gets all strung out, and it ends up being nothing then. And, you know, the land will still always be there where we work. It'll always be there, but it's hard to say. Then it'll, you know, come up maybe for sale to somebody else. Maybe another local person will buy it, and then, you know, the jobs won't be worth a fuck there when that happens, because what'll happen is they'll pay you less money to work there. And I know a lot of the guys have weathered the storm on that piece of property down there over the years. They've stuck with it. They've stayed there, and they just worked through all the changes, because it's been owned by, this will be the 5th company now, as far as I know. We're 6th. Maybe more, I don't know. That place has been mined down there for a long time. So it's had several, not really owners. One person owns the place. They just have the mineral rights. Because if you have a great big chunk of land and you want it mined, you have a company coming in to mine it, you get mineral rights to your property, which is a pretty significant amount of money. Millions of dollars. So, anyway, I don't really give a fuck about that. But what I'm trying to say is, there's a possibility that I may be going on the job hunt. Once again, and around here, there's not a lot of work. There's not a lot of jobs around here. Most of the factories have got up and left and went. We do have a great big FedEx facility down here at Distribution Center. I've done that kind of work before, but I was a lot younger back then. I could take being on my feet for long periods of time. So, I don't know how that's going to work out for me if I decide to go that route. There's another place that deals with kitchen stuff, like stoves and accessories down here. They pay decently. They have benefits, vacation, sick time, all that other shit. So I'm just going to sit here on my hands for a little bit and see what unfolds. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I'm not a young man no more. I'm getting up there, and options for working is limited for me because of my age and my abilities to be on my feet for, you know, short periods of time. I mean, I can stand for so many hours. I can stand at least 6 hours, and I'm good. But when I stand for at least 4 more, yeah, you're talking, that puts a toll on me there. And then having to do it for 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, maybe even 6, that would take me to build up some stamina for that. I would have to do some other things, and it would be rough. That transition would be rough. I've had to do that before, and it didn't work out real good for me. Because when I ran street sweeper, I ended up leaving because, of course, you know, the pandemic fucked everything up. The so-called pandemic fucked everything up, and, you know, put a lot of people out of work. And then turned a lot of full-time jobs into part-time jobs, which mine was one of those. me traveling an hour to work was not feasible because I was buying tires a lot, I was buying brakes a lot, I was buying gas, oil, you name it, wear and tear shit on my car to travel to this job, and it just wasn't paying me to keep up my car anymore, so I left, went back to a factory job. I actually worked at Hunter Douglas for a long time in the past. I'd worked there a total of 7 years before, and then I got laid off from there, and then I was forced to go into driving truck and operating equipment and all that shit. I had to do something to earn a living because I'm not the kind of person that likes to mooch off welfare from the state, because when you do that, then, you know, that makes you dependent on a government and on taxpayers. And I am a taxpayer. I'm a worker. I don't like to mooch off the state government, even though programs are there to help you when you do fall in hard times. But a lot of times people are taking advantage of these programs unnecessarily, and they're able to actually get out there and actually do a job, and they just don't want to because the government's going to pay you to stay home. That's opening the floor up for 15-minute cities and digital currency, which we don't want that to happen. We don't want digital currency. We don't want 15-minute cities, because that is just giving up your rights, and they're taking away your freedoms by doing this. So, of course, once again, I'm going to urge you all to vote for Donald Trump in the next presidential election, because if he gets back in there, that's the only way things are going to get fixed. And it's the only way we're going to get rid of these richest elites from the World Economic Forum. They need taken down, because if we can't take them down, they're going to make life difficult for all of us. And some of their plans are flourishing as we speak right now. They want to take everything away from us. They want to make us eat bugs. They want to take and kill all of the animals that we eat. They want to make them extinct. They want to make us dependent on money from our world government, which would be one government that runs the world, via them running the world. And, of course, they'll get to eat meat. They'll get to eat all the good food while we eat bugs and shit. And, you know, starve. And they can control us and tell us what to do. That's the plan. That's their plans. So, we need to get the right guy in office, and we need to go after this World Economic Forum. We need to end it. They need to come to an end. Because this is a threat to everybody's freedom. This is what's going to turn us all into slaves. But anyway, I'm going to sit back and see what unfolds with this company change. And we're going to see what happens. If I don't like what I see, I'll leave. But if I like what I see, I'll just stick around. Hopefully, I did hear some good news yesterday about some things. I'm not going to go into any details, because I'm not sure who's all watching my shit and who isn't. So we're just going to say that the news I did hear was good yesterday, and we'll just have to see what else happens here. So it could mean more money. I'm hoping they don't cut hours. I don't like working 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, but it pays. It's keeping my bills paid for now. But if we keep having inflation and they cut my hours back to 40 hours a week instead of 50, then I'm going to be hurting. I'm not going to be able to pay for everything. I'm going to have to do what I did in the past. I'm going to have to pick and choose what to pay and what to let go. And of course, electricity and groceries and gasoline are always top of my list. But other things will suffer, like my credit card payments, my loan payment, working on my cars. My budget for my cars would disappear. So, it's almost disappeared now. as far as the budget for the cars, because that's on the bottom shelf, even though my wife doesn't think so. It is on the bottom shelf of my priorities. So I can't just spend money on cars and not buy groceries for my family. My family is number one. I have to keep that up for them. So anyway, everybody, let me show you some shit with these bumpers. And I'll show you what to do with them as far as that goes. I can just spray this shit on there. I'm going to use the same cloth I applied that wax with. But all you do is just open this puppy up. There's just a spray function. Just spray it down. You can get this stuff on plastic. It'll be alright. As long as it's not in direct sunlight, you'll be alright. All you do is you just wipe it. Wipe it in there, maybe polish on it a little bit. There's some bugs on here. You ain't gonna get them all off. But I'll show you here in a second. This shit makes your chrome shine. I'm gonna get my NHRA plate there. Maybe just fender tie brace up front. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ha. I never scrubbed the bugs off of it from last summer. This will help loosen them up. I forget what company makes a spray. They make a spray and it breaks down bug protein. And it actually melts the bugs off. As you see, my grill is busted. And it's my fault. I did something to it. I can't remember what the fuck I did to it, but it's broke. I think I might get one of them fancy billet grills for it. And then all you gotta do is a little elbow grease in her. My chrome bumpers, they're about 10 years old probably. I've had them for a little while. Just make you pant like a dog a little bit. I usually like to do the bumpers first when I'm doing all this shit because I like to touch the car when I'm leaning on it to do the bumpers. Then you gotta wipe your handprints off the paint, so I always do my bumpers first. Okay, flip this around here. There we go. All right. Let's see that. See that shine. Okay. Look at that. You can see the hairline scratches I have. But yeah, it does a good job. So, everybody, there you go. Makes her shine pretty fucking nice. That is nice to have shiny bumpers on this car. Do the same thing for the other trim, the other stainless and aluminum and all that shit on here. And I can wax my heavy Chevy stickers on there. My ones on my stripes are kind of wearing out a little bit. But I can dig those the fuck off if I want. They're kind of peeling up on the corners and stuff. Like right here, my E is starting to peel up. Other than that, it's fairly decent. But the best thing to do would be to clear coat them underneath. Clear coat. If I ever get the money together, I just might clear coat the fucking hood and the trunk back there again. With all these stripes on. Put about 6 coats on it. It'll cover up all that shit. You won't have no ridges because I can drag my fingernail on those. And you won't have no ridges on there anymore. Turn across, you won't have to worry about them peeling off or anything like that. They'll be under clear coat. But then, you know, I don't know how long that's going to last, so. But whatever. We'll see what the fuck happens. I'll trip over everything else, all the junk on the floor in here. So there you go, everybody. Alright. I don't think I'm going to have a cold start. Maybe one on the truck, maybe later. I might put one of those on. But alright, everybody. I'll catch y'all later, and like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, of course. And that's all I got right now. I'll see y'all on the fucking next one.